Hello the cop, please subscribe my channel for follow Liverpool Football Club news on every days. Andy Robertson IN squad versus Fulham, plus updates on Trent, Sobo and Costas. Andy Robertson will travel to Craven Cottage for Liverpool's Carabao Cup semi-final decider versus Fulham, while there is good news on 4 others. The Reds head Craven Cottage on Wednesday night, having taken a 2-1 lead from the Anfield opener. They do so with their injury situation easing, with assistant manager Pepijn Lijnders confirming that Robertson will travel with the squad after shoulder surgery, while Curtis Jones has avoided a hamstring injury. A big advantage to have him back. We were waiting for a long time, he's one of our captains, Lijnders told the club's official website of Robertson's return. I just met him in the canteen and he said, "Pep, I have my tracksuit with me." So he's pushing himself into the squad, so that's good. He will travel. Robertson, though, will not start and his role will be limited, with Lijnders adding, he's fit in terms of sports science. Now he has to get fit with proper team training. There are no issues when it comes to Jones, who made the right decision to flag tension in his left hamstring during Sunday's 4-0 win at Bournemouth. Lijnders also provided an update on the fitness of Trent Alexander-Arnold, knee, Dominik Szoboszlai, hamstring, and Kostas Tsimikas, collarbone, though none will be involved at Fulham. Trent is progressing well through his rehab, working hard, how he is as a guy, knowing how important the next weeks are, the Dutchman said. But he will back in the end of the week for team training, so hopefully he will be available for the FA Cup. On Szoboszlai he explained, he is ready but tomorrow comes too early for him, so he will be ready for the weekend if nothing goes wrong. Both Alexander-Arnold and Szoboszlai could be expected to be named on the bench for the visit of Norwich on Sunday, building their minutes before Chelsea arrive at Anfield next Wednesday night. Tsimikas' recovery is a long-term process, but the Greek should be expected to rejoin full training in mid-February after suffering a broken collarbone. Kostas is now 4 weeks after surgery, so he needs probably 2 more weeks, Lijnders said, because we need to make sure that the bone is strong and the bone is healed before he goes into first-team training. After having 10 or more players out for the last 3 games, Liverpool's lengthy injury list does finally appear to be easing and should look much better in a week's time. Nunez, chaos, and angry Hoda, Liverpool coach hails options without Mo Salah. Pepijn Lijnders has hailed the impact of Liverpool's forwards in the absence of Mohamed Salah, with 2 having netted braces during the weekend's win over Bournemouth. Jurgen Klopp's assistant addressed the media ahead of Wednesday's League Cup semi-final clash with Fulham, where he was asked about the squad's ability to cope without their talismanic number 11. The Reds will be without Salah in the upcoming weeks as he nurses a hamstring injury sustained at the Africa Cup of Nations, where the winger will be hoping to make a return should his country reach the latter stages without him. Diogo Jota and Darwin Nunez were both on target twice as Liverpool picked up 3 more vital Premier League points on the South Coast, and Lijnders was full of praise for the pair and the rest of the squad's attacking options. That's the sign of a good squad, and that's the sign of the character, passion and ambition of the players we have, all of them, said Lijnders when asked about Jota's recent performances. Jota is a player who, when he's in this angry mood where he wants to run against the world, where he wants to decide he can be dangerous, it's incredible. We have to get him in this mood as often as possible, but we're really happy with how Darwin, Lucho, Diogo, Cody, and Harvey step up in different moments. It's never that you can rely on one player. It was the same with Bobby, Mo and Sadio. When Mo didn't play well, Bobby played well. If Sadio was not creating, Mo would score the goals. When you are drilled, if you have trained, if they are all committed and confident, these things happen. Lijnders went on to specifically discuss the chaos that Nunez brings with him on the pitch, and even suggested that a new song could be born from that. He continued, chaos all around him, could be a song. We are really happy with him, I said it last time and the time before. It's like a young, hungry, energy, direction, each game he can create 6 changes just by himself. If he trains like how he trains, if he keeps the braveness in his play, then goals will come because he's creating and the team is creating. He will improve, and he's already important for this team, and that's really nice to see. I'm really happy, we are really happy. It would be natural to be concerned about losing a player of Sully's caliber for any length of time, with the 31-year-old having netted 18 times already this season. The Reds have not struggled for goals since his departure, though, with 8 goals coming in the 3 games that they have been without the Egyptian. Linders and the rest of the staff will be hopeful that the trend continues in the busy period to come. Depending on recovery time and Egypt's progress at AFCON, the Reds are unlikely to welcome Sulla back for at least another 3 weeks, as confirmed by his agent on Monday evening. It's weird, Joe Gomez reveals one reason for 234-game goal drought. Joe Gomez has shared his thoughts on the goal drought everyone is talking about, revealing that even Jurgen Klopp has joked about struggles in front of the net. The defender has played 201 times since joining the club back in 2015, but is still yet to get on the scoresheet in a professional appearance in his entire career. His recent showings at left-back as cover for the injured Andy Robertson have seen him venture further up the pitch and go close to scoring on several occasions. This has ignited discussions about when his first one is going to come, but it is something the 26-year-old appears to still be relaxed about. "I score in training," the centre-back remarked, and asked about the weight on the club's official We Are Liverpool podcast. "I get some in training. I don't know. It's weird because obviously 8 years it's never been that apparent, and now suddenly even the gaffer gave me a bit. He said he'd give my wife some money if I scored." Scoring goals doesn't usually come at the top of the priority list for defenders, but the length of Gomez's wait for a first is longer than most. He recently joined the top 20 Premier League players in terms of outfield appearances without a goal, and currently sits third in that category at Liverpool behind Ephraim Longworth, 370, Rob Jones, 243, and Stefan Henchaz, 205. Liverpool's number 2 cited the set-piece tactics of Peter Krawietz as a key cause of the ongoing wait, but he remains optimistic that it will come at some stage. "I think the biggest thing is, like Pete Krawietz, I'm never really up for corners," he explained. "So obviously that plays a role. I'd have a little bit more of a chance, maybe, but I don't know, it's weird." Liverpool's No. 2 cited the set-piece tactics of Peter Krawietz as a key cause of the ongoing wait, but he remains optimistic that it will come at some stage. "I think the biggest thing is, like Pete Krawietz, I'm never really up for corners," he explained. "So obviously that plays a role. I'd have a little bit more of a chance, maybe, but I don't know, it's weird." Hello the Cop, please subscribe my channel for follow Liverpool Football Club news on everydays.